Alright, so welcome to this particular tutorial. It's Catherine here. Welcome to Catherine Studio. So this particular tutorial, what we are going to do is very simple. We're going to look at how to set up a new document, okay? And then we'll look at a few things around that, okay? Alright, so the first place we go to from our get started page, we are going to get started with a new document, obviously. And we tap here, and then we are going to have this nice dialog box. So on this dialog box, this is where we are going to make most of the settings and changes and all that. But then the good news is you can still, after exiting this dialog box and going to the main page, you can still make the changes later on. Okay, we'll look at all that. Alright, so usually when you open your CorelDraw document, so I'm calling it document because CorelDraw saves their files as document, CorelDraw documents, and then in each document they have multiple pages. Okay, so everything you'll be doing will be affecting each and every page that you'll be creating later on in your document. Okay, so here we have name. So as you can see, name actually helps you actually give a name to the document so that can easily identify it. Okay, so we have preset destination. Let's leave this one out for now. You can actually see it's written down here. Anything we select, we actually highlight. I can see it's actually being written here. So you can see with this, select from the list of preset destinations from the document, such as web, RGB, and all that. These are presets. These are more has to do with colors and all that. So, but we don't really need much of this at this moment. We'll be looking at them later on. So we have size. It's also written there. Okay, but then let's just talk about it from this side. So the size of a page is actually one of the very, very important aspects of working in CorelDraw or working in any design software at all, or as a creative. The size of your page really matters. Okay, so if I'm going to work for an artwork for Instagram, I need something like a square, or they have their own dimensions. A Facebook banner, they have dimensions. Almost everything I want to do, if I want to design a business card, they have dimensions for them. If I want to design something, just a normal document to print like an A4, it's obvious to be using the A4 document and all that. So when you tap here, you can actually see all the already, like, let me say, the globally standard ones, and then you can actually also customize it to your own, how do I say it? So if I want a legal document, I want government letter and so on, envelope and all that. First, I'm sorry, so envelope and all that, you can actually just make those modifications from select. So for now, I'm just going to select an A4 sheet basic for now, so you can see the dimensions over here. You can also decide to change this when it comes to where the millimeters are. You can actually change them to inches, pickers, points, feet, yards, however it is you want to deal with them. Okay, so you can customize this size. You can increase it by just clicking on the middle. You get this icon. Okay, so when you have this icon, you can just drag up and down to modify. So you see immediately you see this one changes to custom. And you can actually also define the orientation. Alright, you're looking about the portrait or the landscape mode. Okay, so you can actually define it from here however you want it to be. So if I select A4 and I want the A4 to be landscape, I see that the width and the height will actually change in corresponding to that. We have number of pages as I mentioned. So maybe for our document, I'm going to be in 2 pages. Let's just have it 2 pages for now. Okay, even though we might not need a second, I just want to demonstrate how to move between the pages later on. So we have the primary color mode. We have CMYK, I think cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. So we have RGB. Let's leave it as CMK for now. We are not going to do much. The rendering resolution 300 is standard. It's okay, and it's actually, yeah, it's cool. You're going to get very nice graphics at the end of the day. And then we have preview mode, we have enhance, and so on and so forth. Let's leave it at enhance. And we have okay, this is actually talking about description. We have color settings, but all this here for now we don't need them. Okay, so let's dive right into it. So you can actually take this if you are okay, you never want to be seeing this again. Okay, so it never shows this dialog again. But then I'm going to leave it this way because from time to time we will be redefining the size of our pages and want to do them before we start our work. Okay, so I'm going to go to OK. Click on OK. So since we chose the landscape orientation, it comes with this, and this is the CorelDraw interface when you select a new document, and you can actually play around it however it is that you want it to be. Okay, so now let's look at this. As I said, we have a good news. We can actually change the orientation of our pages and all that. So you guys, when I click here, this one can change. When I click here, that goes back to landscape and all that. And we still have the sizes here. You can see the sizes over here again. You can see. So let's assume we A3 is going to enlarge to that scale, and then A4. I can also change the units as well back to maybe inches or something like that. And look at something. This is a ruler or a rule. Okay, so when I change these 2 points, you can see that the dimension or the measurements of this actually also changes in correspondence. If I do it maybe feet, okay, so you can see that everything changes in that code. That means the whole page, or the units will be using the page will be feet, and so on and so forth. So I'm going back to millimeters as default. So now the next thing I'm going to look at is page. I'm dealing with pages. So when you come here, this page 1. So I'm just going to create something roughly. We'll be looking at this. Let me just color this to yellow and that to blue. So you can actually see. So when I come, this is the first page, the second page. You can actually see the difference. And we can add more pages by coming here. Add a page. You can actually also delete a page by right clicking. When you right click, you have rename a page, you have insert a page after, insert a page before, and so on. And you can delete, you can switch a page orientation and all that. So we have all these nice things over here. So you can add multiple pages, especially those who be working on documents and for printing and all that. So this actually where pages actually matters a lot when it comes to that. And also use pages actually let me say arrange your works in a very nice order, and it's actually great. Trust me, you will see a lot as we go on with our tutorials. Okay, so I think basically that's it for adding pages. You can actually use this shortcut. So this one, add a page in front so of the page you are currently on. So if I'm on page 2 and then I come to I use this add, you can see the add button. It will create a page in front of page 2. I'm on page 5 and I click here, it will create a page in front of page 5. If I want to create a page behind, so let's say I come to page 5, I want to create a page behind it or before it, I use this over here and then you can see it happening. So actually becomes a new page 5. Okay, so that's how that works. You can also use this to actually, these arrows here to move between pages. You can also use this to jump to the last and then the first, in that order. So basically that's it for this tutorial. Yeah, so roughly that's it. So you're going to be able to look at a lot of things as time goes on. So I want you to subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for the next video. Thank you.